Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about a pretty well-known contract case. It's Hawkins versus McGee. This case was from 1929. So basically, what happened was a young boy, age of 11. He suffered from an electrical wire burn on his hand. He was just trying to turn the lights on in his house, and so he was basically promised from this doctor that the doctor could make his hand 100% again. So he went through with the surgery and they signed a contract that he was promised that 100% hand. But what happened was, after the surgery, the surgery didn't go as planned, and he suffered from gaining hair on his palms due to the skin graft surgery. So Hawkins ended up suing Dr. McGee because of the breach of contract, negligence, basically because he lied about him getting 100% hand again, and they went to court over it. And what ended up happening was the court ruled in favor of Hawkins because of Dr. McGee breaching the contract, promising the hand to be 100% again and good, even though he started growing coarse hair through his palms. So the monetary amount was around $3,000, only because he didn't get the settlement for the original surgery price. He only got a settlement from the difference of compensation between what he was promised and what he got, which was a bad hand. The court used the principle of expectation damages, which is basically if you are in a contract and you are promised something, but you gain something else, then the court has to force the defendant to basically give up whatever the remaining profits are. So in this case, he was promised a 100% hand, which he was lied to about, and so in expectation damages, he was awarded the separate cost between 100% hand and which one he got, which was a defective hand, which with the hairy palm, which the monetary amount was only $3,000, which seems like a little amount of money, but for that time it was a good amount. This contract case sheds a lot of light on why it's important for doctors to make sure that they're being very specific with their contracts so that they are not liable for lawsuits such as this. As a medical professional, you shouldn't even be promising someone 100% anything if you aren't certain that you can make it that way. Some facts about this that are really sad is that the surgery was very painful and his recovery time took a lot longer than expected, and this boy was very young, and it also wasn't him that was put at risk of these lives, but it was also his family, because his father was also promised that his son would have a hand that is 100% again, and they were both lied to. This contract case also established the fact that the principle of contract damages are meant to put the injured party in the position that would have been in the promise have been fulfilled, basically meaning if his hand was 100%, which it wasn't, so then the courts ruled that his promise needed to be fulfilled, and that doesn't mean that to reimburse costs, that just means to figure out what the monetary value was between his defective hand and the 100% hand. This case also shows us the perfect example of a contract law. If someone is promised something within a contract, then that contract has to be fulfilled regardless of what the promises are. And if you aren't able to fulfill those promises, then you shouldn't be putting it in a contract, because you will be liable to go to court and to be sued, such as Dr. McGee was. Although this surgery did cause a lot of pain and suffering to both the child and his father, he was not rewarded any money for his pain and suffering. He was only rewarded compensation for what should have been his hand, and I don't believe that is very fair compensation, but this was a time back then where suffering wasn't really accounted for, even though it should have been. Wanted to point out some interesting facts as well. So Hawkins ended up keeping the hand, and it is unknown if he underwent any more surgeries, but to the public knowledge, he did not, and also his hand was not functional at all after the surgery was done. So it's a pretty sad case. But yeah, this is a really good example of a contract law. I hope I broke it down good enough for anyone. If anyone has any questions, I'll be glad to answer. Thank you.